All right, guys. So let's talk about the passing game. The spread double flex offers a couple really unique things when it comes to the passing game. The first thing that we'll note, our main two passing plays we'll use are going to be corner strike and PA read. So corner strike, that's going to be the staple. What this does, and I'm just going to go against random 3-4s right here. So looks like we're in some sort of cover three. So my setup would be to drag both of my interior receivers. You got Y, you got A. I would drag both of these guys. Now after that, you're just gonna hike the ball. Boom. You got this short C route. Doesn't really matter which side. Now, surprisingly, he dropped that in practice mode. It's kind of goofy. Same thing here. So now this kind of looks like cover two. So what we're going to do here, we're going to streak one of them, drag the other, and then we got this one. So essentially we are cloud flat glitching to both sides. We have the drag coming open underneath and the low ball streak. So first off, some sort of blitz. I guess it was man coverage. Short C routes open. We'll go ahead. Once again, this looks like some sort of cover three or cover one. So we would drag both of these guys. Like the ball. Boom. You got the drag underneath. You know, pick up 8-9 yards. Now, you could play this game all day long. You know, you could streak, drag, depending on the look. You could do dual drags. You could do dual streaks if you're expecting a blitz. And then you can also motion in these two outside C routes. So you can get the Pat Sale type of glitchy animation every rep. So say you wanted to get the cloud, not the cloud flat, but say you want to do Pat Sale where you would motion in the C route. You could do that over here to Cook. So you motion them in a couple clicks, boom, low ball, easy money. You could do that to both sides, as I mentioned. Say, you know, we're to the wide side over here on the left. If we wanted to do that, we could streak. We could do some combination. In route, we could do a drag and an in. Like, you can kind of just mix and match what you're doing. But boom, he's open. Boom, low ball C route, easy. So the thing I really like about this is you have the two short side C routes. You have the ability to motion them both in and hike right away. And then you also have the low ball streaks. As I mentioned, it's very difficult to guard two low ball streaks. See right here, we're in some sort of cover three. So say they're in a cover three with hard flats. You know, at this rate, they have only one person in the middle of the field. You see it right away, boom, low ball streak. I broke this down in empty base. It's a huge part of my offense, simply because it forces two people in the middle of the field. And if you have two people in the middle of the field and two people in the flats, you really can't be sending much of a blitz. Here's man coverage. You could do the dual drags. You could do dual streaks. You could do, you know, a streak and a playmaker hitch. Like, whatever the case you want to do, these two interior guys on this play are always freestyle. It's like you kind of mix and match. But, all right, man coverage, boom, in route, a low ball streak, easy dot. Well, let's see. What are we in right here? Here we're in some sort of a cover three blitz. Here, it's corner blitz. So you can do a streak, you can do a drag. It really doesn't matter. Like, boom, this one. Just pick and choose which side you're going to. With the two dual streak or the dual C routes, it's crazy difficult to guard both. The only chance you really have at stopping that, especially if we're motioning people in, is to go like this. You would go into a cover two, you would have cloud flats out there, and then you would put two people in hard flats. That's really the only way to really stop that. Now, if you do that in a cover two, chances are you've got a guy in a deep blue, and you're using the middle of the field yourself. I mean, that's really it. But even if say you don't, say you have the two hook zones, they're not making any adjustments, right? So if that's the case, well, how do you stop the two drags over the middle of the field? Like, oh, I got two drags, boom, boom. I could have thrown to really either of the two drag routes. So it's just kind of fun at the same time. Like, but even with that being said, so now we'll get into PA read. So PA read, you have the S post route. So you could streak the slot, you could drag the tight end on the opposite side, in route the other guy. Now, ideally, in a game, you would be in a 2nd and 9, 2nd and 8, 2nd and 4, something like that. So where you could smart route this S post. But even if you don't smart route them, motion them in a click. Just motion them in, cancel play action, boom, low ball, easy money. So the 2 passing plays are phenomenal. Like, the other thing I wanted to talk about, say you want to set this up similar to bunch. If you're in bunch, a lot of people play the flip game, so you don't know which side the route's going to. So in this scenario, you would streak the tight end, you would drag Y, in route X, and then you would flip the play. Now, once you do that, your setup is ready. Then you just flip it, motion the guy in a click, boom, and you're good to go for the low. I mean, it's really that easy. It's that difficult to defend this formation with the running game, with the passing game. This is definitely a formation that I go to a lot just because your opponent has to do so much to really defend it. The C-route glitch, whether it's cloud flats, hard flats, with 2 drags, is insanely hard to defend. And then once you start mixing in the fact that you can lowball these streaks, now you're doing a whole nother game with your opponent. So definitely something that I would highly recommend using, something I use a lot, not only because of the passing game with the C routes and the PA read, the S post, but the run game is amazing.